Are we live? We're live, we're live. So we are back with our regular series on day 2 of our regular series of GRM Talks Social Media. And today we are going to talk about 5 trends in social media that you need to make sure that you're taking advantage of. And if you aren't, then hopefully I'll let you in on some insights, and then you can start implementing them today with your social media channels. So these are things that are trending. They've been trending for a while in 2019, but they are continuing to trend, and we're only seeing them become more and more important. So I want to talk about those. So today I'm talking about five trends. So the first one is live streaming video. We're going live today. Clearly, this is a huge platform. We are live on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, and we want to encourage you to go live. So we encourage our clients to go live on a very regular basis. Live video, first of all, people watch video more than they consume any other content on social media. So in fact, I have some stats here, so I gotta use my cheat sheet to make sure I tell you the right numbers. About 100 million hours of video are being watched on Facebook every single day, right? It's kind of mind-boggling, right? And last year, 91% of businesses were already using Facebook Live, so I know the number for 2019 is even higher, right? Everybody's using Live, and the reason why is because people watch it, and people want to see, like, what's actually happening out there. So encourage your clients. If it's you have a business, go live, tell people about what's going on, show them behind the scenes, what's behind the scenes. Do a Q&A or a live little show, or talk about trends and things like what we're doing today. Interview people. One of the great things about live video is you can actually interview somebody and they don't have to be sitting next to you in the chair. They could be in another city, another country, some other location, and you can stream them together and you can do a live Q&A, which is really awesome. Events is always a really fun place to go live because it will encourage people to come out to the event, especially if you do it earlier, or for people to be able to engage with the event if they aren't at the event in particular, and maybe see all the fun things that are going on. So go live, people. Do it today. It will help your social media engagement numbers, and it will help your reach, and will help people really start talking about what you're doing in your business, right? That's what we want. Okay, second trend number 2, Instagram stories and Facebook stories. Okay, stories in general are huge, right? So are you using stories, and do you know what I'm talking about? So stories are the bubbles at the top, Facebook, Instagram, where people are giving you a 24-hour snapshot of what's going on. What I love about stories is that it doesn't have to be quite so polished. Doesn't mean you have to be goofy, but you can also put more information there. So let's say you're doing a post about one particular subject, but you want to actually talk more about it. You can do that on stories, right? 500 million people are interacting with Instagram stories as far as shopping, right, on a regular basis. So crazy, right? People are shopping from social media. Now, the trend is, what I read was last year was roughly 28% of people are shopping from stories and from Instagram, and it's up to about 34% so far in 2019. But it has no signs of slowing down. It's going to continue that rise. People see something they like, and what are we in? We're in a society now of instant gratification, right? Everyone wants stuff immediately, and the way they're going to do it is by seeing what you've got, and they want to shop and be able to purchase it immediately. So making sure that your stories are shoppable, that your stories are relevant, and that people can engage with your brand, really, really important. So if you're using those, let me know. All right, direct messaging. Okay, direct messaging hasn't gone away. In fact, it's increased quite a bit. So we are seeing, in a study I read from Twilio, 89% of consumers would like to use some sort of messaging application to communicate with an organization. So what that means is not only customer service, questions about, we get questions from some of our clients like, what time's the restaurant open? Where's the menu? Where can I charge my vehicle? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. have all kinds of questions because same thing, instant gratification, people want to be able to communicate, and that they feel like they're communicating to brands as if the brand is a person. It's a one-to-one communication, and that's really important to people. So make sure that you're utilizing direct messaging and that you're utilizing it from a standpoint that makes the most sense, right? And that you are answering people in a timely fashion because they ask a question, they expect it to be answered. So even if, let's say you don't know, sometimes this happens, people are like, well, I don't know the answer right now. Well, then get back to people and say, hey, that's a great question. I'm working on finding the solution or the answer for you, or who else you can talk to about that. So I promise to get back to you shortly, that type of thing. So certainly something you can utilize there. All right, number four, user-generated content, UGC. Are you using UGC? Do you know what that is? You should. So what that is basically content that people are taking and putting on social media that have to do with your brand. Okay, so they're going to hopefully tag you or use a hashtag, and sometimes you have to search a little bit more for those. Maybe they're not tagging your brand specifically, or maybe they're tagging a subject that has to do with that brand. So make sure you're thinking a little bit outside the box and working for that and finding that UGC. And that you ask permission. So it's a quick direct message. Say, hey, we love your content. Thanks for sharing it about XYZ brand. Do you mind if we repost it and give you credit? I've never had anybody tell me no, but you certainly want to ask, because most of the time they're flattered. They're like, oh, Mom, you want me? You want to feature my content? You must have stood out above the rest. Sure, go right ahead. And what we are finding too from us, some things that I've been reading, is that consumers are 83% more likely to trust peers over the brand itself. So when you're utilizing UGC, basically you're taking third-party content and showcasing like, hey, we know, we're telling you our brand is awesome, but really, look at all these other people that love our brand too, so you should love it too. So make sure you're using UGC. Number five, influencer marketing. Are you using influencers to talk about your brand? And if you aren't, then you should. And really what the trend used to be in influencer marketing is these, what I'll call macro influencers, okay? So they have a ton of following, and they're talking about your brand, right? You pay them to talk about your brand. So really what's kind of come to fruition in 2019 is micro influencers. So these folks have a smaller group of following, so not tiny, but smaller, but they're very, very focused and vocal and passionate about the same exact subject that maybe your brand has to do with. So the nice thing about micro influencers is you're getting rid of some waste, right? So people are following them because they're very, they trust them more specifically because they're very targeted at whatever the particular subject is. And I have some great stats for that too. So Instagram users with 4,000 to 100,000 followers get 2.4% engagement. Users with 1,000 or less are getting 9.7% engagement. Users with 1,000 to 4,000 are getting 4.5% engagement. So while you can see those numbers are varying, that doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to pay a whole bunch of people with only $1,000 engagement, or they're only getting 1,000 followers, because their engagement's higher. You still need to weigh which makes the most sense. Are they hitting your target market? That's really the most important. Are they targeting the same people you are for the same reasons? And then take a look and keep these stats in mind, because they might really be somebody that can make a huge influence on your brand, right? 82% of consumers are more likely to follow the recommendation of a micro influencer. 82%, that's a huge number. So don't discount influencers, and make sure that if they make sense in your marketing strategy, or they should make sense, but make sure that you find somebody not just like, hey, I'm an influencer, come out and talk to me, but make sure they make sense with your brand, because that's really the link that makes the most sense. Okay, so today, talked about 5 trends. Live video, just like we're doing right now. Instagram and Facebook stories. Stories are really important. Direct messaging, right? user-generated content, and influencer marketing, especially micro-influencers. So I'd love to hear, are you using these different things, these trends that are in social right now? Comment below, tell us what's going on, and if you want to hear me talk about something else, then comment below, tell me that too, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week. Thanks, everybody.